to another episode and a new year here in the Cozy Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making for you a very special recipe. One of our favorite recipes here in this house, and I'm excited to share with you. Today we are making chicken broccoli and ziti. Chicken broccoli and ziti is one of my weeknight go-to options when it comes to dinner. Why I love this recipe so much is because it has the vegetables, it has the protein, and it has the carbs. Anytime that you can have pasta mixed with some vegetables, a little bit of protein, why not, right? Chicken broccoli and ziti is a great meal to make for the entire family because again, you're going to get the vegetable, the protein, and the carb all in one dish. It's a meal that comes together really quickly, so I'm really excited to share this with you. The dish is most commonly known as chicken broccoli and ziti. You go to restaurants, you see that on the menu. Today, I'm actually not going to be using ziti. Instead, I'm going to be using cavatappi. Cavatappi is shaped like a little screwdriver. I like this type of noodle with this sort of pasta because I find that the flavors of the sauce adhere to the noodle and it makes for a really nice bite. So without further ado, let's start making our chicken broccoli and ziti. Just to give you an idea of what is going on right now in this kitchen, my oven is preheating at 425 degrees. I also have a large pot going on high heat filled with water. We're going to bring that water to a boil. So get your water going, get your oven at 425 degrees. The very first thing that we want to do is put our broccoli in the oven. I have 4 cups of broccoli florets. Broccoli florets. Broccoli florets. Try to say that 4 times fast. I have 4 cups of broccoli florets here in this bowl. I like to buy the florets just because it saves you on cleanup time. You don't need to chop anything up and they're already into little bite-sized pieces for the most part. So I have my tray for my broccoli right here. I just lined it with some aluminum foil. We're just gonna add our broccoli florets directly to our tray. We're gonna hit our broccoli with a pinch of kosher salt as well with some crushed red pepper flakes. Now the crushed red pepper flakes are optional. If you don't like heat, you don't need to put the heat. We like a little bit of heat in this house. So we're just gonna finish off the broccoli with a little bit of olive oil. Toss that all together. And then once the broccoli is tossed and you feel like everything is evenly coated, we're then going to throw this tray into the oven, 425 degrees for about 18 minutes. My water for my pasta is just about boiling. So to that water, I'm going to add a generous amount of kosher salt. Once your water is boiling, make sure you do so as well. For this recipe, you're also going to want a medium saute pan. This is for our chicken. We're just going to put that on the stove and get that heating up. We're just going to add in enough olive oil to cover the bottom of that pan and raise the temperature to medium. While that pan starts to warm up, we're then going to season our chicken on both sides. For this recipe today, I'm going to be using 3 small chicken cutlets that are about the size of the palm of my hand. Once our chicken is seasoned on both sides with the salt and pepper, we're then just going to get our breadcrumb mixture together really quickly. Our breadcrumb mixture today is going to be a half a cup of breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Once you have all 3 in the bowl, you can just give them a quick toss. We're gonna bread the chicken on both sides, bring that saute pan to medium-high heat, and once that oil becomes fragrant, we're gonna drop in a tablespoon of unsalted butter before we throw in our chicken and get that cooking in the pan. My chicken is breaded on both sides and my butter has now melted into the oil. I'm gonna throw my chicken into that saute pan and get my chicken cooking. My water is now boiling. It is time to throw in the cavatappi into the water. We're gonna get that pasta cooking. My pasta's in the water, my broccoli is in the oven, and the chicken is in that pan. We got all 3 things going right now at the same time. While this is happening, now is the perfect time to get your other ingredients ready because again, this pasta is going to come together very quickly. For this recipe, you will need the juice of 1 lemon. So just grab your lemon, make sure that it's somewhere close by, maybe slice it in half so that it's ready to go when we need to add that lemon juice in with the pasta at the end. My chicken that's cooking in the pan is starting to turn a nice brown at the bottom, which means it's about time to flip that over. But before we do, I'm going to add in about a half a cup of white wine. If you don't want to use white wine, you could always use chicken broth, vegetable broth, something like that. So if you have some white wine in the house, right before you flip that chicken over, add a half a cup of white wine into the pan with that chicken, then flip that chicken over and start cooking it on the other side. I've just flipped my chicken over just to make sure that all the chicken cooks evenly in the pan. What we're going to do is just cut the chicken into little bite-sized pieces while it continues to cook. And it's easier to toss once we add in our cooked pasta. You'll see that by adding that wine into the saute pan as the chicken cooks allows for all of that breadcrumb mixture to kind of be absorbed by the wine and not stick to the bottom of the pan. The next thing that you're going to want to do is just make sure that you have about 3/4 of a cup of fresh basil leaves ready to go. We're going to throw that basil in once we add our pasta and our cheeses in with the chicken and the broccoli. Once that chicken is cooked, you can then turn that heat off. We're about to take our broccoli out of the oven. It's been in the oven for 18 minutes. It's nice and crispy on the outside. We're about to add this broccoli into the pan with the chicken. My broccoli and my chicken are in that saute pan and my pasta is al dente. We're gonna add the al dente pasta in with the broccoli and chicken. Once your pasta is in that pan with the broccoli and the chicken, we are going to add 1/4 cup of mascarpone cheese. Before you toss that mascarpone in with the pasta, you're then going to want to add in grated Parmesan cheese. It's up to you how much grated Parmesan cheese you want to add in. The mascarpone cheese is almost like a cream cheese, so by tossing it in, it's going to slowly melt in with the cooked pasta, the broccoli, and the chicken. Once that mascarpone and the Parmesan kind of sticks to the pasta, we're then just going to finish off the pasta with the juice of 1 lemon and throw in those fresh basil leaves. Once the lemon and that basil has been tossed in with the pasta, the chicken, and the broccoli, there's nothing left to do but to serve and to eat. I always like to top off the pasta with a little extra grated Parmesan cheese. I can't wait any longer. I have to dive in, try it out. This is my first pasta of 2023. I gotta dive in, take a bite right now. Whenever I go in for my first bite, I always wanna make sure that I get all 3 in one. So I got the broccoli, the chicken, the pasta. Now that's a good pasta. It's such an easy meal. It comes together so quickly. You get a little bit of the brightness from the lemon, the creaminess from the mascarpone cheese. Pasta is always a good choice. And the reason why I like this pasta is because when you're eating it, you don't feel super guilty. You got the protein, you got the vegetable. It all comes together. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please like this video. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I'm gonna go have some more pasta. See you soon, guys.